Hello and welcome back to Ziba Coaching's Masterpiece Mondays. My name is Dr. Mary Meduna-Gross, and I've put these short segments together to give every week a little bit of clarity and a little bit of focus so that every week can become a little mini masterpiece that adds up to a lifetime masterpiece. So this week, let's talk about criteria for success. Do you have a clear definition of success for you? Whether you're working to achieve something that you want to have, or you're working on developing a skill, or you're talking about who it is that you want to become. Do you know what that criteria for success is? Or are you just hoping that you'll recognize it when you see it? On the flip side, the other option that you have is to just rely on external sources for feedback on whether or not you are successful. So maybe you have a definition for success. Maybe they have a definition of success, maybe not. Maybe you're all just kind of hoping that you'll see it and that you'll recognize it when you find it. Here's some consequences of that. One, when you don't know what that criteria is, or if you haven't set that criteria, there's a sense of chasing and a sense of exhaustion because are you ever really good enough, right? Am I ever really hitting that mark or that standard? And when we repeatedly have those experiences where I'm not good enough, I'm not meeting that standard, then I might just think, well, why bother, right? Clearly this feedback says I'm not good at this, I should just quit. The other thing that happens when we rely on external feedback to determine our success is that we end up comparing ourselves to other people. And we are almost always comparing ourselves to people that are above where we want to be. And then we end up judging ourselves because we're not there. And so we're chasing, we're tired from chasing, we're frustrated from the lack of progress, and now let's just add a little dose of self-judgment on top of that just for good measure. So let me offer you another alternative. And this alternative, I want you to think about what is it that you really want. Maybe it's something that you want in terms of an achievement, or maybe it's something you want to have. Maybe it's something that you want to be able to do. Maybe you want to master a skill. Either way, what is that? And what does that do for you? Because my follow-up question is, who do you become in the process of moving towards these achievements, whether it's something that you want to have or something that you want to be able to do? Who do you become? And do you have criteria for who is it that you really want to be? Who do you really want to be when you grow up? Right? So my challenge to you this week is to find some area in your life where you want to add a little bit of spice, you want to add a little bit of energy. Think about what is it that you want. Maybe it's something you want to have, maybe it's something you want to do, but regardless of what that is, always add in who do I want to become in the process. And when we can operate from who it is that we want to become and who we are becoming, now when we get feedback from the outside world, because we get to decide whether or not that feedback gives us information about our criteria. And if it doesn't, we can let it go. It doesn't matter to us. The other thing that operating from your own criteria will do for you is that when you're comparing yourselves to others, now maybe you notice that there is someone who is on the path where you've been, and now you know a little bit about the journey that they're on, and maybe you have something that you can offer them in terms of support or resources to make their journey easier than yours. And on the flip side, when you're looking at other people who are achieving more of who it is that you want to have, do, or be, you can use this now as an inspiration. You can talk to them. What are they doing? Who are they? How are they becoming who they are now? And learn from them. So it becomes an inspiration about what's possible, and it could also be a resource for you. So my challenge for you this week, what is it that you want? What is it that you really, really want? And then start thinking about what is your criteria for success, and how will you know that you are moving in the right direction? Use that criteria to monitor and evaluate your actions and whether or not those actions are moving you in the direction that you want to go. So this week, find that one little thing that you can set your criteria for and see how operating from your own internal criteria shifts your experience from operating from external criteria. And when that works for you, try it with something bigger. Leave me your feedback. Let me know how this is helping you make every week a little mini masterpiece. And then come back next week for more Masterpiece Monday.